Hello and welcome to my blind playthrough of Elden Ring. So, it looks like we are at the end of a journey. Um, it has been a long process, starting right in Limgrave, right? We started right here, took our first steps, and proceeded to explore the map. Um, I really enjoyed the open world aspect of the game, specifically the how big is this game situation, the ability to go to areas you aren't supposed to, and and having to struggle to find your way out. I find that to be nice. Um, I like the trap teleporting the teleportation traps that are in chests. I really enjoyed that. I like the fact that there are no mimics, and the mechanic never seemed to work very well compared in other Souls games. I feel like this game kind of petered off towards the last third, which is normal for open world. The problem is that every game has an end, right? Even the most open of games is eventually going to narrow itself as you start exploring. So instead of having a narrow start that opens up, like in some of the other FromSoft games, this has a open start that ends up now getting very narrow until it's basically just a linear progression to the end, which is unavoidable, I suppose. But it's also unfortunate because that was kind of one of the best aspects of the game. It's also unfortunate that we don't get to do anything sea related. I know. Apparently, I found out that I just um, naval stuff. Anything sea related seems to be my jam. When it comes to media shows and the like, I didn't realize this until someone pointed out that I seem to only watch pirate shows, which is true. And one of my biggest moments in Dark Souls 2, and the thing that kind of puts Dark Souls 2 at the top of the list for me is in no other From Software games do you get to fight a boss in the interior of a ship. The levels were so much more interesting. So I was kind of, when I saw all this ocean body of water and this, I was expecting we'd do some sea stuff, especially with this drawing of a barrel, and I was expecting that maybe DLC, but I doubt it. Anyway, but it's been a fun ride, I have to say. I already explained at length how I dislike the Table of Lost Grace. The entire table, the NPCs all disappearing basically at once at the very start of the game, only to, and the place becoming this boring, dreary location, which doesn't really jive. And it's very weird because unlike previous, even compared to other Soul standards, everything is so gloomy, and there are no lively characters here, and every NPC you come in contact with just dies basically. I think the only one who's alive is Neferli Lu. Outside of that, most NPCs die, including Alexander, which I thought that was design wise, writing wise, I thought that was a huge fail. Could you imagine if Dark Souls told you to kill Zigmaya or Zigvert? They made you fight a Solaire in Dark Souls 1, and that already was already a thing people disliked of the game. They liked the character. If you're going to make a world that's this gloomy and this dreary, you need to have something, a hope, something to keep us grounded and invested and care about all, in the midst of all this depressing stuff that's going on. And this game lacks that. The closest thing we had to that was kind of like Rani, but she was only there for a little bit. But it was nice having that aspect there before the she vanishes. We also there was also a missed opportunity in the manor. They could have done a contrast there and made the manor be a lot more cheerful, a lot more happy, and persist despite you fighting the boss, instead of dismantling and getting dead like everywhere else. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I do not like the tone of the game. It's a lot brighter in colors, but it's a lot darker than Souls, which is really weird. Like, there was this nice solemn hope in Souls games that this one just lacks. The story is still very incomprehensible to me. I've seen what I presume is the last boss, and I still don't know what that is. I thought I was gonna fight Queen Marika, but maybe that's it. I don't know. So yeah, the story I don't quite understand or care for. There were no NPC storylines I was personally invested in, and yeah, and every character I interacted with or liked died. I'm not sure what happened to the wolf guy actually. That's an interesting question. I forgot his name. How do I find this guy? Blade? Oh, come on. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So apparently he's hostile somewhere, and I can go kill him to add to the list of NPCs I liked that I have to kill to get the weapon. It's. I mean, I wasn't expecting any different, but it's still unfortunate. But that being said, it was enjoyable enough, and that's. It just kind of sucks that tiny little tweaks here and there could have improved the game significantly. Ah well. This fight might take me a few tries. I'm not sure. So let's do it. Oh, my ears. Goodness, that's that noise. What I'm interested that some dragons have had breath attacks like that, and I'm always wondering if maybe staying down instead of rolling will make you not get hit by the other attacks. I wonder if they want you to not roll to avoid that. Thought I rolled. I tried to dodge that. I don't know which one is an AoE or which one is just a frontal attack. Those ones that are spam that are like 3, I guess. I don't think I got that off. I don't know how that works. Yeah. Can I? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to run? What is going on? God, there's way too many. What is going on? Just let us. Yeah. Just let me get close. On her face. God's slave. Someone Rani. I'm assuming this is your typical Dark Souls stuff. Read message. Seek. Oh, these are just player messages. Why would they allow that in this place? Touch fractured Marika. Okay. Summon Rani. I thought there would be like other options. Maybe going to the grace will make sense. Maybe I should read up on this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? It should be fine, I think. So I'm going to take a second here and let's see. Let's summon Randy then. Oh.
The battle is over, I see.
Yikes, that's gruesome.
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we? My fair consort eternal.
Yes. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I am confused. I am at a loss for words. I mean, I think I've already given a bit. I read over in this section, Jun Ito. I thought it said Junji Ito. I'm like, excuse you? But yeah. I think this is the second game I have played without the DLC. So I played the Souls game. I started with Dark Souls 3. Then I played Dark Souls 1 on the channel. Then I played Dark Souls 2 on the channel. And now I'm playing Elden Ring. Dark Souls 3 was the only other game I played without I played the base game without any DLCs. That was because I played it before the DLCs came out. And I'm not sure if playing Dark Souls... Yeah, I think if I had played Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 without the DLCs, they would have felt really incomplete and lackluster towards the end. But the thing is that I don't even know if this game is going to have a DLC, to be honest. And I don't even know if it should. Point is that story-wise, it's a bit unexciting. But it's fine. I don't solely play these games for the story, and there were a lot of really great moments. The first fight with the dragon at the start was really impressive, seeing the dragon just like perched on a wall or something, and you could fight the dragon on horseback. Later, I figured out that fighting on horseback wasn't very convenient for most fights. I actually preferred fighting them on foot. But I do like the fact that it's something that you can do. I feel like the stronger parts of the game were the parts that was your typical Dark Souls. So the legacy dungeons. Because, in my opinion, as much as I love the open world, it didn't grow in that sense. It kind of gave you everything at the start, and that was how it stayed. It didn't change. It didn't like evolve to incorporate new mechanics or something to the open world. And yeah, most of it was just running from one point to find the next legacy dungeon, you know. So that's a bit of a shame, but they kind of front loaded a lot of the front loaded a lot of the NPCs you can find in the world, like Bok and Alexander. So it kind of didn't feel as rewarding to explore the rest of the map I guess they don't want you to miss important NPCs, but that kind of, but that feels like uh, that should encourage exploration, so you don't miss those NPCs. Just so at the start, you in the same, like literally in the starting area, you come across the lady telling you to go to the castle to go help her dad or whatever. You come across Buck that and you come across Alexander, all of them dead by the way, and I think we might have come across other NPCs as well, but later on the world felt very dead and lifeless because the NPCs just weren't there. I was kind of, I remember I was selling this game to my siblings by saying it's Dark Souls but Skyrim, and I feel like that Skyrim element is missing. I used to, like, if I explore and I'm just running around, say I'm running around the volcano Mount Gelmir, for instance, and I come across a shack. I don't want it to be a shack with an item in it. I want it to be a shack with an NPC in it, and the NPC gives me the item and gives me some lore and tells me about the area and asks me to go to a nearby cave to fetch a thing for them. Yeah, I feel like they could have done a lot with the NPC. I don't know, maybe they thought it wasn't a strong suit, so they didn't touch it. But it feels like the open world, while pretty and nice, just felt a bit gimmicky to bridge the traditional Dark Souls element, and I wish they had leaned more into the open world aspect of the game. Another thing I don't like is the weapon system. I don't like how I like the Ash of War. I love the Ash of War edition. I think that is really good. Some Ash of War is just giving entire new play styles, and that is awesome. But I was really excited to play a ranged character, and they really did balls there in this game. It's not, and they give you so many enemies that can just like auto dodge all your arrows, and it does not feel good one bit, which is unfortunate. Ah well. But yeah, overall, I would say my favorite, I think I was going to say that this sits right next to Sekiro for me in terms of like how much I like the game. But to be honest, I think I like Sekiro more. Why the story was a bit incomprehensible and there were characters teleporting left and right, I did feel like I understood what was going on in the world a lot more than I do this one. Characters had more dialogue, characters felt more personal, and they didn't all die, you know. But yeah, this is a decent. I'm glad this game did well, and this is a decent foray into the open world of the open world FromSoft games, and I do hope that they are able to continue either with a DLC or with a separate game in the future. That yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they do so with the DLC or the separate game in the future, where you get to have your Dark Souls gameplay, but also get more liveliness, more NPCs, more actual cities that aren't dungeons. The cities could have dungeons that are Souls-like in them, but the actual cities could just be a place where you could just go meet NPCs and talk and explore. I guess you could even consider that the two fingers here died as well, because they might as well be dead because they are unresponsive. She died. Gideon Ofnir hates my guts and tried to stop me, so I had to put him down. I ended up reading after the last episode on Gideon because I was confused as to the fight wasn't technically supposed to be that easy. Some people said it took them a couple of tries, which was surprising. So it seems like I got lucky, and they did a cool thing with Gideon that I wish I was able to see or to notice. I mean, I killed him in like 10 seconds, in less than 10 seconds, really. But apparently, if you go finding all these gods and you keep telling him about them, he gets some of their abilities to use against you in combat. So that's a neat way where you interact, because he's all-knowing. He's using the knowledge you gave him against you. But it didn't play out that way, which is unfortunate. These were never alive. Those were husks. This character, so much drama and self-importance and the loathsome dung eater for what is essentially a nothing character that doesn't add to the plot, isn't important, and is just kind of gross all around, which is just unfortunate. The NPCs in this game, Corin was here at the start. He decided to go on a journey and ended up dying as well. Hunter D was here. He ended up dying as well. What's your name? I can do this. I can't do this. Rogier, right, yes. Rogier was here, and he looks like a really cool character. I really liked his character. He ended up dying as well. We brought Roderica here. She's still alive, but
I see.
You're
here for some spirit
she's
tuning.
dead inside. This guy is basically memories wiped and kind of dying as well, and that's it for us. There was the lady here that we killed as well, and I don't know. It just seems a lot of NPCs just, and also this place feels very, very enclosed. One thing I liked about previous Dark Souls games, Majula and the Firelink shrines, is that they were open, so people just seemed to drop in and drop out. They came in and left, and the world felt and it felt connected to the world. See, if they had a actual city like the one I was talking about earlier, that feels like a city with NPCs and characters in there. As I said a few episodes ago, if we had teleported, if we had found our way to the capital, and that clone of the round table ended up being this actual place, like we open one of the doors and we find ourselves here, and we can literally just walk in and out, it would connect this place with the world and make it feel so much alive. Even if you have to like cheat it and put fog walls or whatever, maybe that's something they didn't want to do, because in Dark Souls 3, you came into this place that you spend most of your time just leveling up and going back into the world, and they didn't want to load the areas outside, so the load times didn't take as long. So maybe that's why they decided to just cut the entire section and just leave it in the middle of nowhere, suspended. But it does make the place feel less lived in. But even if they were doing that way, that shouldn't stop other tarnished NPCs for just dropping in, just hi, and bye. So yeah, this place is really lacking in that department. And as if it wasn't gloomy enough, that they threw this like sepia filter as well as the flames everywhere to make it even more solemn and depressing than it already was. So I don't know, this has to rank at my bottom of hub areas in the game. I still think, yeah, I think Majula, then Dark Souls 1 Firelink, then Dark Souls 3 Firelink, in that order. Majula because it's by the sea, and I already told you I have a thing with water apparently, but also because it's open, it's really open, and at the very start you could go in multiple different directions. I guess you could do the same in Dark Souls 1 as well, but because the world felt a lot smaller in Dark Souls 1, it doesn't feel as cool. But I did like Dark Souls 1 Firelink. You know, I'll just come there, like just land there to go buy a thing, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Who are you? People dropping in, ugly dragons popping their head out of nowhere. Me finding that there's an entire bottom area that I didn't explore or I didn't see the first like couple hours into the game. So there is a lot, and there was a lot there that this place kind of lacked. Even at the start, you could go back to the asylum by doing some platforming and taking the crows to the place, which is very nice. I really like that, and again, it ties the world together. The way you go back to the starting area in this game is you discover this place called the Four Belfries or Belfries. I'm not sure. I've never heard that word outside of Souls games. And then you have to use a key that you only get in this area. Okay, you get one key here, and you get two here, and they're only used for this place, and they are pointless. They feel like demo content. I don't know. It's really weird because you use this fancy, special, rare, one of a kind, ooh, be careful what you use it for type key, and then you come to this place. You come to this place, yeah, there was a key in this chest, and the only one that was remotely, like, they will take you to the starting, this one took you to the starting location, right? And you get an item that you could have gotten in so many different ways to fight a boss that is no longer threatening. Maybe it's because I did it too late, but you know, the boss is no longer an issue, and is just there to go pick up an item. And the other two were so much worse. I was expecting something, but you literally just walk into a place, jump, pick up an item, there's nothing else to do here, leave. It doesn't, like, the only interesting thing I could see with this specific location, let me see if I can show you. The only thing I can see here as like the use is maybe you are supposed to find this very, 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 very early on, and its job is for you to make you go, whoa, what's this? What have I stumbled upon? And then you get to see a vignette of a quote-unquote like cool location that you can't reach right now, and you're like, whoa, my god, what is this? So it builds anticipation for like to keep exploring to find the rest of this area. That might be the intent, but outside of that, it doesn't seem very useful, which is disappointing. Anyway, that's a lot of rant, and there's a lot of stuff I'm talking about. How much I do not like some things, but there are things that I liked in here as well. I've already pointed a few of them out, but I liked a lot of the boss designs, so that's good. I enjoyed fighting particularly the bigger bosses. I enjoyed fighting the dragon. I liked the weapons, some of the weapon, like the bubble doot weapon. I love that one. I don't think there's I definitely do not have all of the sites of grace, especially the ones in the open world. But I don't think there's a point of getting every single one of those. So I think I'm going to end up calling it a game. I mean, calling it here. I am technically not done. I could run around, but I'm going to do that on my own time. There's also the matter of the subterranean, the underground under the capital, which I doubt there's much there, but I would like to do that on my own time as well. I'm glad I got to the end. It was fun, and I can't wait to like do a different playthrough, maybe New Game Plus, and just attempt to experience the game and try to see how much sequence breaking I can do, how quickly can I get to the capital, that kind of stuff. So that is gonna be something I'll do in the future, but for now this is what we have. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna play next. I don't usually play a lot of games, so until the DLC comes out, probably that's it for games on the channel, which is fine. I can then focus on art stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.